G'day everyone and welcome back to Out of Ore. I was just standing up here in the dark overlooking our little mining empire and thinking things are going really well, I think. I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually have to I want to relocate those up the hill to make it a little bit more realistic, which would be really cool. Which we will do. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. So, let's just jump over to there. There we go. Lovely. And across to that platform. There we go. And then just off of here. What are we going to do today? Good question. Well, we need to continue working on in this area and bringing some more gold and stuff in, which we can do, which we can actually start doing. I think we did a little bit of blasting here, didn't we? Which is the reason why that was off. I'm not sure. I can't remember whether it was or not. We've got some lights in there. Everything is good in there. Everything's running there. I'm not sure what we've got in our tanks at the moment. I haven't been able to play this for a while, to be honest, because we've got some ruby and some silicon and diamond ore in there and stuff like that. I haven't been able to play it because I've been really busy. My work week has been shocking this week. Absolutely shocking. There's heaps and heaps of gravel in there. Heaps of gravel. What do we got in here? Iron. I think I'm going to throw 2 of those in there. And we're going to just pop over the top of this until we actually start fixing stuff up, which we really need to do now. Absolutely, I think. Once we start fixing all of that up, we'll be able to have walkways over the top and everything. So we've got a little bit of blasted rock there. We've got a little bit of dirt there. Yes, we've got a little bit of pay dirt. We'll get rid of that. Got a load of iron ore, 175 grand's worth. We've got some copper ore there. Should we hold on to the copper? No, stuff it. I think it's something that we dug out. There's a little bit of iron ore there. There's another 174 grand's worth there, and I'm going to throw that coal in as well. I'm going to put the diamond and ruby ore. I think I'm going to put that in the thing. There we go. Daytime is coming. We'll put that over here on the other side here. There's a big hole there that we need to fix up at some point as well. Get my stuff together, get my proverbial stuff together. I think this was doing... Yeah, this was doing cement. So let's grab all of that cement. Let's grab all of that cement. And we'll grab all of that cement as well. We're going to have to put some more gravel in there too. You were doing ruby, so let's throw some more ruby ore in here and get that working. Lovely. You should be doing diamond, so we'll throw diamond ore in there and get that moving as well. And what were you doing? You got cement. You're doing cement as well. Could have put some pay dirt in there if we had wanted to. All of that's working. We'll pop back over to here. What have we got in here? We've got cement there. We've got some concrete floors which are going to join our concrete floors. We'll throw that over there. And I think that's probably about all we need by the looks of it. So there we go. All of that is done. Downstairs where we're pulling all of our iron ore out, which is the thing that's making us the money at the moment. Got to fill all of this in too, actually, so I do need some dirt for that. And I think I've cleared those conveyor belts, but we've got to fix that bit up there. Again, I probably say that all the time. We're starting to get this area here all dug out as well, which is really cool. So we probably need to come in here. In fact, I think we might start in this area. There we go. We'll start in this area. Let's just scroll. All right, and fire this guy up. There we go. Got a little bit of work done here. Down you go. And scrape through there. Lovely. Take it nice and easy and nice and slow, just to make sure that we get a nice flat surface, rather than sort of going gung-ho, which I tend to do a little bit as well. In you go there. Thank you very much, sir. There we go. Beautiful. What I might actually do is I might actually pop around here and start sort of heading in beside this post here. There we go. Lovely. Because I do believe we can get in there if I don't hit the post, because I'm on the wrong side. I need to move up a little bit, I think. There we go. Get him like that. All right, beautiful. Somebody did mention in the comments or ask if there was a chart of some sort, like a photographic chart of some sort to help you identify the ores and the colors. Fantastic idea. I'm not sure whether there is, and I haven't had time to Google it either, so I apologize about that, but probably something that we could all keep handy if there was. So let's bring him around there again. Dump him in the hole. Beautiful. I need to turn my headphones down because I feel like I'm actually yelling. There we go. That's a little bit better. I actually feel like I was yelling there, just to because of the noise of the loader. All right, let's grab you. So we've got a couple of really good scoops of stuff here, which is good. Yeah, so we've got plenty to dig out and stuff. I nearly streamed this on Saturday, which is Saturday night for those in the States, early evening, and Saturday morning for here in Oz. But I ended up playing my favourite colony sim, so I didn't end up doing this. But keep your eyes out for the possibility of some out-of-ore streams coming through soon. Now those streams will be this map, and there'll be a fair bit of obviously digging and all that type of stuff. That's because that's what's required. But yeah, keep your eye out for that, guys. Keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled. Look at that, lovely. Get into there. We'll head straight into that one. Nice. Nice. There's also some blasted rock in there, which should hold some ores as well, or at least some iron ores. So we need to get all of this stuff done before we start moving downwards. Well, we don't need to. I would like to, but it sort of depends on how much we're actually looking at on this layer. Because if we're looking at a massive amount of ore, of iron on this layer, then it could take us forever. So I may find a spot in the middle or something and ramp down, and oh no, you're going that way, Simi, and ramp downwards, I think, and start doing the next layer. So, all right. I also want to get up where the excavator is and take out the coal that's up there, and probably we'll have to bridge that area mechanically once we do that. But it'd be nice to get that coal out as well. Probably start producing steel even. Might be a good idea. There we go. But at the moment, I'm just selling off I'm going to say we because all you guys are part of this map. We're just selling off straight iron ore at the moment, and sort of making a bit of a killing on it, to be honest. I'm not overly unhappy with what we're doing there. I do probably want to throw some money over into my into my business bank account, so might end up doing that at some point in time. All right, what do we got here? Get you down and make sure that you're okay. There we go, that should be okay. Nice and easy. Come on, Simi. All right, we may end up having to blast that as well. That's looking a little bit hard, isn't it? Interesting. Just a little bit more. There we go. Beautiful. There's a little nobulous bit there. I hate nobulous bits. All right, so I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody's well anyway. I'm kind of turbo recording this episode. It's Sunday night, and tomorrow morning, which I think is when this episode's going to come out, which is Monday morning, I'm off to some remote sites for 3 days. So I've got like thousands of kilometers of driving and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm kind of, as I said, I've had the most stressful, brain tiring week at work. It's just been phenomenal, and it's made it really hard to actually, get things done, get stuff done for YouTube, basically. But I appreciate everybody that's watching. I really do, because I love it. I love seeing everybody watching and interacting and hitting like and stuff. And I hope that you guys are really enjoying this. I know that it seems like a lot of people are, because the feedback is great. I'm having a sip of my Simi coffee. All right, so the feedback is that going all right? Yep, we've got power there. So yeah, the feedback is great. The interaction's fantastic. Everything is just absolutely beautiful, and I'm glad that I could find a sim / game that that honestly I absolutely love playing, and that does quite well on my channel. That's doing quite well on my channel. It's always nice for a YouTuber to be able to discover that, and I'm super happy about it. So, welcome to everybody that has joined the channel over the last week, and everybody who has hung around still. Hello to all of you guys as well. Thank you very much for supporting me. All right, what are we doing here? Well, this was our back in, wasn't it? So, which was going to be. So we've got a fair bit of pay dirt here, really, and some dirt. I reckon this is straight dirt, and this is all our pay dirt up here. But I reckon this happened after we blasted. So let's jump in here and see what is going on. There we go. I think I'm going to have to do the old zoomy again. I wish they hadn't have changed that. I wish they hadn't have changed it to zoom out when you hop, like, when you come back into a game. All right, because it's a pain in the ass. It's so slow zooming with your scroll wheel. It's just. Let's get all of this stuff out. Oh, what happened there? We've got nothing. We've got nothing on that. There we go. Come on, fill this guy up, please. Thank you. That's what we want. That's what we want. I'm looking around. I'm looking around the side of the loader again. Throw him in there. Maximum fuel capacity, yes. Probably not the spot that I should have stuck that, really. But is what it is. I reckon these are a are just full dirt scoops, I reckon. Until we get into here. So go. In there we go. And because I don't feel like we're actually getting a lot of gold ore out of this, but we are technically an iron ore mine, and we are looking for copper here. So why is that doing that? And we are looking for copper here. So you know, the gold's just a bonus, but we do have a lot of pay dirt sitting in this tunnel as well. So all right, in you go. Beautiful. Maximum fuel capacity, I know. I might have to change that button just so it doesn't annoy you guys. All right, what do we got here? Up, down, down, and in. Nice. Lovely. It's a bit weird jumping out of the really large one and hopping into this one. But it is what it is, right? There we go. All right. I'm glad that I'm getting positive feedback from the hardcore series. One of the things that's actually really annoyed me is that in the hardcore series, it doesn't change the price of ore. So once you start getting those big chunks of, a few chunks of ore, and start selling those off, once you hit a vein, it becomes kind of easy. So the hardest thing about it is that the interest is higher, which doesn't matter because the ore is the same. So the interest is higher, and fuel, you go through fuel a lot quicker, and that's probably, what was the other thing? And you only start with $100,000. That's probably about the only difference between the mode that we're playing now and hardcore mode. So get you in there. Thank you very much, sir. Beautiful. That's a good scoop. We've got a little bit of stuff in there as well. Now we are looking for, we are exploring and looking for a copper vein here. So hence the reason why I started steering off in this direction as well, because we need to know. We need to know if we're going to find a copper vein in here somewhere. It's here somewhere. We just need to find it. I mean, we have got little bits of copper so far, so but I don't know whether they've come from below or whether they've come from this higher one. So because we do have 2 levels of mine at the moment, I think we will. Now we're starting to earn some decent money. I think we might actually even start to mess around with tunnelers and stuff like that. Now they don't work very well, and we did do tunnelers in the previous series, and they don't work very well at all. But if we can run some sort of conveyor system with a tunneler on top, then I would hope that we might be able to get something out of it at least. So we may bring a tunneler in here to do exploration. That may be that might be a thing, mightn't it? That might be a thing. So so we can probably look into that, I think, at some point in time. Let's just drop down here. Oh man, I hate that. I do that all the time. So there. I really dislike the whole. It wants to tip itself over, this little thing. Doesn't do it with the big one, but it definitely does it with this one. So there we go. right. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think what I might do, I'm going to park this fella over here, I reckon. Because what we're going to look at, there we go. Beautiful. I'm going to park him there because what we're going to look at is the possibility of this tunneler. Because we're not playing multiplayer, although I could bring some people on and play this multiplayer, but because we're not at the moment, where are we? Graders, dozers, paving, loaders, excavators. I don't think, what does it come under? It doesn't come under loaders, does it? No, you just got that big fella there. Truck, fuel trucks, tunneler. Right there. I'm thinking this here, and I'm thinking we purchase that. So, powerful machine, 10 cubic meters it holds, 328 kilowatts. What does the other one do? 169 kilowatts. This one's round, and that's kind of squares us off a little bit. So it has the shroud around the outside. So I'm wondering whether or not that's the one we use, which is probably the decent one. I wish I could spin them around to see if these heads are going to be wide. I'm guessing they're wide enough to actually run this machine through. So we might actually be able to use the other one. But let's purchase that one. We now have that and own that, which is really, really cool. We also want to buy ourselves some more straight conveyors. We also want some lefts and some rights. So let's close that off. What excavators can we use at the moment? Yeah, we're not getting into the really big stuff. What about rock trucks? We can purchase that for 3 million, which is probably going to be pretty easy for us to get hold of. Let's see, factory conveyors. We want these offset right and offset left. I'd love to try one of those at some point in time. Looks like it has just a little twist, doesn't it? So would that run off of a splitter of some sort or something? I'm not sure. Let's do the straights. Let's buy 20 of those at 90 grand. Let's buy 60 of these at 150 grand. Let's buy 2 lefts. And we've got, how many rights do we have? We've got 2 lefts and we've already got 2 rights. Okay, and the other thing that I would like to do is I would like to purchase a dual hopper. So I'm going to buy one of those. I want to see what the dual hopper does. So I'm guessing that it's got, in fact, we should have bloody looked at it, shouldn't we? If I click on that, it's got, does it have only 1 output or 2? 2. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of this fella. There we go. And I am going to throw a big hopper dual. I'm going to throw you in there. And I'm going to throw some straight conveyors in there. some rights and some lefts in there like that. Right. Should be alright. Let's grab this dual hopper and see how big this bugger is. Pretty big. Pretty big. Alright, so we'll remove some of this for now. Right here. Gonna remove that and that and that. And what we're going to do, I think, is probably go in there. This might be where we can use our offset, you know. That might be a really cool idea. That may be a really cool idea. Let's get rid of that stuff for now. Let's pull him out. I reckon that might be a really good idea. Let's try the offset. Let's buy a couple of offsets. So the first thing that we want to do is grab that and no, grab that and throw that there. And then I want to grab these two conveyors here, and I want to throw some straights in here. One there. And can we go in there or what? Why won't it go on that? Oh, we can only go out one. Well, that sucks big time, doesn't it? So we'll have to figure out how we're going to do that. I thought that we'd have two outputs on it, so let's get down here and dig ourselves a little bit of a hole for starters. Down we go. Dig all of this out, and I'm going to set all of this up. And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and see how this offset goes. So I'll just do a really rough cut here, and I'll fix all of this up off camera at some point in time. So I'm just going to do a really, really, really rough cut here. We're going to go into here, and I want to see what that offset right. 1, 2. Do we have... And we've got a splitter here. What does the splitter do? Any material and any material. Okay, so that doesn't help. That's going the wrong way. So that's going there and there. Do we have a splitter that goes the other way? We kind of don't, do we? We'll buy a straight and... Well, we got the offset right. Why don't we have an offset left? Offset left. Let's buy 2 offset lefts. Actually, let's buy 4 of them and 4 of those. Right, beautiful. So what I want to do is probably run straight through there. So if I grab, if I go into the items and I grab offset left, offset right, like so, and we scoot across there. Yes, that's what I reckon. So that's the left, and I reckon that's a good thing. And then we can actually spin ourselves around and head off on an angle. So it's gone offset there. Oh no, it just offsets. That's it. I was kind of hoping that it'd actually be an angle, and it's not. So that kind of sucks. All right, so the other thing that we've got to do is do a left in there. I think it was... No, it's not a left, Simi. It's a right. So let's grab this this here. There we go. Lovely. Oh no, we can't. They lock terraforming. I wonder why it wasn't doing it then. I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell? So I will have to go through and fix all of this, which I will do. I promise I'll do it all off camera. You guys don't want to see me sitting there doing it the whole time. Sometimes I can't help myself because I'm a loser. There we go. Lovely. And throw that in there. And I reckon we're going to have to go right here. So And we're just going to have to go off in that direction because we don't have anything that allows us to angle, do we? We really don't. We do have a merger there. So if we have a merger there and we throw that up in our offset right, because we don't need our offset right, and we throw what does that merger, which way does that merger go? Goes that way, right? So we might just throw that in there just for shits and giggles. Get rid of this. And probably throw, we might have to throw our power down here somewhere. So clean all of this stuff up. Thankfully, you can actually clean this up out of here, which is really good. I'm glad that you can. It'd be very stressful if you couldn't. So the idea is to run straight through here with the tunneler, and that'll allow me to explore and to see what we can find. So, and then we'll eventually come through here. Whether I open the map up to some of my viewers that. Some of my amazing viewers that are commenting all the time and that play this game, or what, we may end up just jumping in here and doing a big hit once I've struck copper. So the idea is to grab a straight and throw it straight through there. Then what we want to do is we want to grab this, and we want to have that sitting up there. I do want to put another straight in that way, and I do want to do that for a particular reason, and that is because we're going to have to run our tunneler in here. So we're going to have to set our tunneler up so that it runs through here initially. So if we grab that, there we go. Oh, we're still quite a ways away from that. So there we are. We'll pump all of this out. Beautiful. And we'll get rid of this stuff. And we'll probably have to get rid of that one as well. Don't put that there, you dork. Why did you do that? And we'll grab that. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. All right, here we go. Dig this out a little bit like so. And this is where we'll put our power source, I think. And hopefully that will run the other section of conveyor. So we've got in here, we have, where are you? Because we pulled you off. That doesn't sound right. Concrete floors. I don't think we can add those concrete floors. I reckon they're different, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, they must be. Right. Throw him in there. Let's get, let's run our power across here, I reckon. So we'll get, we will get you guys, throw you guys into here. And we're going up here, I believe, for now. No, we probably could have done that a little bit better, couldn't we? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right, so that's on there. Just grab that. Give you a little bit of a chink. There we go. Ka-clunky, ka-clunk. Got that there. That's up high enough. Why doesn't that seem to be the same height? All right, well, I don't like that. Let's sort, oh, that's because we didn't go all the way up. That's why. So let's go into 3. Move you along here. that into here and probably up there, I reckon. All right, let's just dig some more of that out while we can. I know the setting up, guys. The setting up is part of the fun, though, working it all out, isn't it? We'll get rid of this stuff because we're going to need our cable to drop down through that. We could probably put a conduit through there or something and set that up. Okay, last thing that we need is we need some cable, and we also need to go into the store and purchase ourselves 1400 kilowatt, 3600. Let's grab a couple of those as well, and we'll throw those in where the offset is here. Grab that. There we go. Whack him up there. Grab our cable, which is there, and we should be able to get to that easily enough, and we can. And then we should be able to get from that down to that. Right. Okay. So that should be okay. So if we go into there, we should be able to turn him on. And I'm hoping that that's going to power all of that up. Right. So we've got our offset in there. Next thing that we want to do is we want to head this direction. And we want to throw these over the top. Like that. Because that's what the tunneler is going to drop everything into as we move. So that is the plan. Don't know whether it's a good one, but I'm rolling with it. I'm not going to do that one because that's offset. So we'll get rid of that. And what we will do instead is just throw bloody concrete straight over the top of it. Yep, made the wrong concrete. Made the wrong concrete, and we're going to have to... No, you idiot. No. There we go. We made the wrong concrete, and a lot of it. A lot of it. So there we go. All right. What I will do... I don't think that's going to match up, is it? It's not going to match up with that. Oh, no, it does match up with that. There we go. So we'll throw that over there as well, which is going to give our our tunneler something to grip onto, and then it'll just dump straight into the. Yeah, we are kind of offset, aren't we? Which makes it a little bit more difficult. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So that'll allow us to shoosh straight into there. All right, perfect. Throw this in here. Whomp, like that. And that's number 3. And we better put a better put some safety stuff up there so nobody goes in there and drops in there. And what we will do is we'll throw the tunneler in there in the next episode. So we'll bring the tunneler in. Might bring the loader in and just scrape some of this off initially. Dump it into the large hopper, which I would have thought would have... Seriously. Yeah. I would have thought that it would have done something there. But anyway, we'll throw that. We'll go through there and scrape that out, and then we'll bring the tunneler in here, and we'll start sort of scratching through there, and we'll head straight through there and see what we find, and see if we can start finding ourselves some copper. Then we'll probably head that direction, I reckon, and then at some other point. We'll probably put a splitter in there and head out that way, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has gone a little bit too long. See you all next time. Bye.